The emergence of a socialist critique of the industrial economy in Europe in the first half of the 19th century really changed the definition of the word revolution in fundamental ways. Prior to this period, revolution was largely associated with liberal plans to change the political order of society. Liberals in the French Revolution wanted to establish the rule of law, to bring a constitution to the monarchy. More radical revolutionaries, still within the liberal tradition, wanted to establish more representative political institutions. In the 19th century, in the first half of the 19th century, socialists said, listen, these kinds of political changes, changing these institutions, establishing representative institutions, aren't going to remedy the real problem. The real problem is an economic order based upon exploitation, based on the expropriation of wealth from the laboring classes. The inequalities produced by industrialization were, for socialists, the primary injustice that needed a remedy. And in their eyes, a revolution meant reorganizing society from the bottom up, abolishing private property, which they saw as the essence of the industrial world's injustice, and reorganizing society in accordance to collective principles of ownership. Now, Karl Marx has a special place within this history, the emergence of a kind of socialist critique of the industrial economy, because Marx believed that this revolution, this socialist revolution, reorganizing society from the bottom up, was going to happen naturally as a part of history itself. And he called this theory historical materialism. It was, in fact, a theory of human history as a whole, based upon an analysis of the material base of society, the way societies produce wealth, the way societies organize themselves on economic terms. And what he decided was, he pointed out, or claimed in his works of political economy, was that every society in human history has as its central characteristic some form of economic organization based upon a division of labor. And this division of labor produces necessarily different social groups who have a different relationship to the productive process. And what's more, these social groups, and he called them classes, are in conflict with one another. And periodically, this conflict erupts into something much more threatening, producing a revolution, a transformation of society, and the development of a different kind of economic order. What he thought he was observing in Europe in the 19th century was a conflict between what he called a bourgeois capitalist class and an industrial proletariat who were produced by the process of capitalist development itself. So this is what made Marx's vision of socialism different from other varieties of socialism that existed at the time. He identified the industrial proletariat as the agent of revolution and prophesied that it was inevitable. It was a part of history itself.